guys, what's up? It's me, MJ Fangirl, and it's been a while since I've done a video. How are you guys doing? I have missed you. I am excited today because I actually came across a really cool version of a song. The song is called I Can't Help It, and it's from Michael Jackson's Off the Wall album, and this is a version that's like a demo that actually never made it to the album, and I would argue that this might even be better than the original. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss it. We're going to listen to it, and yeah, I want to talk to you guys about my thoughts and opinions. We're also going to get into some recent Michael Jackson news, so stay tuned, you don't want to miss it. You are now watching MJ Fangirl TV.
Girl, you got to we can touch the sky like
Alright, you guys, so first thing that I want to talk about is they don't care about us. It actually got 1 billion views. That is amazing. Like, just to think about a song that really spoke to Michael and his heart and all the things that he felt about the injustices in the world, and especially now with all that's going on today. I just think it's awesome that a song like that has hit such a milestone on YouTube. It is his second song to reach that. I actually don't remember what the first music video is that reached that. I would guess Thriller, but I'm not sure. If I got that wrong, I will put it right down here. Next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is the Michael Jackson Think Twice podcast. Now, I debated online on Instagram and Twitter, if you guys follow me there, whether I was going to talk about this or not. And what I decided is, because I do have a lot of thoughts about it, I did listen to all 10 episodes. A lot of people are going to say, MJ Fangirl, why would you listen to something like that? It's a smear campaign, it's this, it's that. However, I wanted to be educated about what was being put out there about Michael. Without me knowing what's being said, what's being insinuated, there's no way for me to either speak out against it or to, even like just as a content creator in this space, like, I want to be able to decide what kind of content that I want to make that's going to put positivity back out there and kind of help to change the narrative. And so I did listen to it. I have decided that since it was so negatively spun, well, actually, let me backtrack to tell you guys what it is. So basically, Audible and Wondery came out with a podcast called Think Twice Michael Jackson, and it's basically meant to, like they say in the beginning, not honor him, but to basically present what ifs about Michael Jackson. And you know, of course, we all know that Michael Jackson was innocent, exonerated of all charges brought against him, but they still think that it's necessary and interesting for them to present what ifs, which is totally unethical and irresponsible in my opinion. The thing is that they don't feel like Michael Jackson, they treat him as though he's not human, and it's totally unfair. There's a human being behind this with a family and a legacy, and it's just so ridiculous that the mainstream media still wants to try to ruin his reputation with their what ifs. Of course, they would have had a field day had Michael not gotten the verdict that he did, which exonerated him. So they choose to just now go with these hypotheticals to create their own stories and their like revisionist history of what happened. I will say though that although there was a negative spin to this, there were moments in the podcast that I felt were informational to me. Like, I learned some things. They had interviews with people that knew Michael from school, and someone that was part of the Jehovah's Witness church with him. They also shared a lot of information about how the history statues got erected in Europe during the history tour, and ahead of the history tour, and to promote the history album coming out. I gotta turn the AC on, I'm sorry, because it's hot in here. But yeah, so I feel as though it's hard, because it's like, as a fan, you want to listen to these things, and you want to listen to like a well-produced podcast or watch a well-produced documentary, but it's just so unfortunate that we always have to deal with these projects that are just totally biased. So what I have decided is that I'll say these two things. One, not going to talk about it on my YouTube channel, because there's just way too much of a chance that I will be promoting something that I really actually don't think is of value to like a brand new fan or someone that's like trying to make up their mind about Michael Jackson, because it's like a mind game that they play, trying to present you with only half of the facts. So you really can't make your own educated guess. And that's not something that I would want like someone that is just being introduced to Michael Jackson to listen to, because they're being they have told us that they're presenting all the facts, but really it's not. If you're a Michael Jackson fan, you know that some of the things that are omitted on purpose, so that it could feed into that narrative. I'm not going to do a video on my channel, but I will do a short video on Patreon. I rarely update Patreon, you guys, and it's just because I have not had that much time. But if you are a person that's subscribed to my Patreon, you can check that out. It's actually just a membership that allows me to help run the channel. It's $3 a month, and I appreciate a lot of you guys are still members, just helping to support me in the channel. It helps me to get merch to review, to attend events, to be able to get like things like electronics and stuff that help my channel and my Instagram and all that going. So I do appreciate you guys on Patreon. I am gonna upload just a short like opinion piece on that as well. I wanted to address one of the, like, it was such a sad story that there is kind of like this outroar right now going on in New York City. I don't know if you don't know, but there was a Michael Jackson impersonator and fan that was part of the MJ community in New York for quite some time. He was always dancing at the Apollo Theater and dancing outside of establishments in celebration of Michael, and he lost his life on the subway in a really tragic way. And you know, he had come across a lot of tragedy and difficulties in his life, and you know, it's just a shame. But they're showing a lot of his clips and stuff online, and so I went back and I watched his clips, as well as some of the information that was shared in the video, information and just reflections and memories that was shared in my friend Trisha's video, I Love the Jackson Family. And I was just like, I was really touched, and you know, I felt badly. And there's just something that has to be said about of course the homelessness and the mental health crisis in this country, but also you know, it really, you know, because in the media they'll say, oh, it's true, he was arrested several times and struggled with homelessness and, you know, and mental health, but he was still a person, you know, and he was a part of this Michael Jackson fan community. And I just wanted to just share that with you guys in remembrance of him, because, you know, he was a kind soul. At least when I met him, I came across him several times. So rest in peace to Jordan Neely. Just wanted to acknowledge him. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this reaction. All right, here we go.
Hey, what? Can I do that? Yeah, you do that. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Look at me pretending to play the drums like as if I know.
I just see
it up. That was amazing. Okay, now it went to my next video, but that was so good, you guys. Like, all right, let me just break it down. Why I love this. This reminds me of something that I would have loved to see, which is like a Michael Jackson Unplugged, like MTV Unplugged. Comment down below if you guys remember that show. If you don't, it was something that was pretty popular in the 90s, but in particular, where artists would go to MTV Unplugged and they'd kind of play like acoustic versions of their songs, very broken down to the bare bones of the song, and without all like the production and stuff. It was just the artist and a small band, and I loved that show. And I always wished that Michael would have done something like that. And I know for an entertainer of Michael's magnitude, there's not really a way to do it. There is a way, but like, I think that Michael knew, and this is part of the reason why we love him so much, he knew that he was known for doing it big and doing renditions of songs that people were familiar with. You know, Billie Jean was pretty much always the same. Smooth Criminal always the same. Like, he was not changing things up. And so, I feel as though it would have been something really magical to see Michael on stage with not all of these things. And that's why I think a lot of us that watched This Is It loved parts of This Is It, because it really just shows him in his element and just him without all that huge production, although it's just rehearsal, but you guys get what I mean. I love how you can hear Michael just jamming to the music, and that's the thing about Michael that I love, is that he becomes one with the music, not only when he's dancing, but also when he's singing and he's ad-libbing, and it's just, I don't know, I find it to be so, so magical and very jazzy, very exciting. And I actually think that I've heard this at DJ Spin-Out parties. I think that he kind of remixed the demo here with the original. I'm not sure if I actually have that right, but it sounds very, very familiar. But yeah, I love it. I love it. I love to hear renditions of a song like this. And to be honest with you, I kind of think I'm digging it more than the original. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like this version of Michael Jackson's I Can't Help It more than the original? Or do you think that the original's better? And also make sure that you guys are letting me know down below if there are other videos that I could react to that are pretty short. As you guys know, I'm doing the car chat and react videos lately on my channel. Haven't been able to get one up in a while, but today I'm doing one and I'm really proud of myself that I got it up. So thank you guys so much for watching, supporting the channel. As always, I hope to see you guys soon, and I hope to talk to you guys in the comments. Bye-bye.